Hey, good evening. It's John again to play some Immaculate Grid. I'm going to catch up on some of the days I missed. Like I said in video number 206 or Immaculate Grid 206, I was off becoming a father. Hats off, of course, to my wife who did all the hard work, and absolutely thrilled about it. And, named the little one after my dad. Very excited to get to pass down this game to him, just as my dad did with me. And in the meantime, I'll try to. I've got some paternity leave. Obviously, I'm spending most of that time bonding with my son, but I'm going to try to catch up the videos I missed. So I just did 206, which was today's video, Wednesday's video, and I'm going to go ahead and do Sunday's video, and I'll probably do the rest later in the week. So with that being said, let's go ahead and share. Let's see what other fun categories Baseball Reference has for us. They've really been changing it up a lot since grid number, I guess it was 200. So I'll start playing here. I needed that five today after these miserable performances here. After three straight sevens. Look at my performance. I've messed up on a lot of these going back to 191. I'm like batting 500 since 191. Let's try to improve on it though. 2,000 career hits. That's an interesting one. So we're matching the Astros and A's to the Padres, Giants, and Reds. And then yeah, we've got 2,000 career hits, not 3,000, 2,000. That's gonna be an interesting one. Um, some fun stuff to navigate. Let's see. Astros and Padres. How do we feel about Derek Bell? He played for both teams. 2%. Okay, a little bit more popular than I would have thought. Um, Astros and Reds. I think I'm gonna go with Pete Harnich here. It's usually a pretty decent one. He takes 3%. Okay, this is a little bit higher than I was expecting there as well. How many people are gonna get Norm Seaburn for Giants A's? I was looking at his career maybe a week or two ago, and he hits a lot of teams, including like the Angels. Also hits both the Red Sox and Yankees. That's a much better one. So he's pictured with the Kansas City A's hat. That was my dad's favorite team. High sentimental value there. See, Astros and Giants. Joe Morgan works. Mark Portugal works. That'd be an interesting one. Kenny Lofton works. There's a few options there. Let's see. For these two, I'm gonna go Jose Guillen down here. He hits both these teams. He actually traded, I believe, from the Reds to the A's. I want to say in like '03. He goes sub 1%. Yeah, let's go Portugal. Very solid pitch. I think he had a 20-win season in there at some point. And then the name that's racing to my mind, but I don't think will be super good, is Mike Piazza, who finished his career with the Padres and the A's. Also, someone who would work is Ricky Henderson, who I think Ricky Henderson will be probably the most popular, and then Raleigh Fingers also works. I want to say Kevin Kuzmanov works as well. I just remember his name because I definitely saw him playing in San Diego because he had a cool chant. It was just Kuzmanov or something like that. This would have been back in like '09. I was doing summer training out in San Diego. So I distinctly remember that. I'm trying to get someone a little bit less obvious if I can than the three people I knew about, and then Kevin Kuzmov, who I think works. Um, maybe there's a balance. Maybe there's middle ground there. And 2,000 hits for career, lining up with these teams. 2,000 hits is a little bit of a tricky one. Like I'm pretty I don't know. Like I know the 3,000 hit club down. 2,000 hits is just like some of them will like some people who get to 2,000 hits will surprise you. Um, usually this is an interesting just sort of tidbit for me personally. If I came across a ball player, this is when I was collecting baseball cards, kind of pre-baseball reference. If baseball reference existed, it was kind of in its infancy. I'm not actually sure when Sean Foreman launched the site. I didn't discover it until like '06. Anyway, I was collecting baseball cards several years before that. If I came across a player with 2,000 hits, I'm like, okay, that's a big number of hits. I know that's not Hall of Fame material necessarily, but you're going in the binder. And the binder was a collection of baseball cards that I kept just so I could have a record of these guys' statistics because like the internet was in its relative infancy. We did have a baseball encyclopedia around, but I wanted the most up-to-date information. So that's what I used that binder for. I still have it. It's right there. Um, yeah, I also have a bunch of other binders now, but that was the binder when I was like 98, 99, like I was 10 years old. That's where I put them. Anyway, I'm trying to think about who some people are who would have made it into that binder who also played with these clubs. One name off the bat that or I guess it's not off the bat, I've rambled for quite a bit, but Steve Finley, I think, works for both of these. Like he played a long time. I gotta believe he got to 2,000 hits. And I think he'll be a popular choice here. So I'm going to be a little bit subversive and put him here. Let's see if he works. Yeah, he works with point two. I think he'll be a much higher pick here, which does mean we have to figure out somebody who got to 2,000 hits and played a little bit in San Diego. And here I'm thinking, like, did Reggie Sanders get to 2,000 hits? I don't know, maybe. Ron Gant? I don't know. Again, maybe. These are solid players, players I like to play in Immaculate Grid because they played with a bunch of teams. But I'm not saying they played San Diego with a ton, or sorry, I'm not saying they got 2,000 hits with a ton of confidence. Wally Joyner is another one who I'm thinking like maybe. Um, anyway, here's a good one here actually. I'm gonna go Kevin Mitchell. It's not the Giants, so it's not super obvious. Okay, so he goes point 0.3. Um, and yeah, if I'm thinking Big Red Machine, like Tony Perez seems like a pretty good pick here. Very much surprised me if Tony Perez didn't get to 2000. Oh, you know who works though? You know who always works for teams like this and had about 2,900 career hits, I believe, is Al Simmons. So let's get him in there. Yeah, that's a low number. He played like less than a season with Cincinnati. He's doing pretty well so far. Bell and Harch were both higher than I would have expected, but nothing wrong with 2 and 3%. Let's see here. 2,000 hits. Um, some decent pot. How about Garvey? Garvey played there for a bit. Um, had about 2,500 career hits, I want to say. Um, McCovey, what didn't get a lot of hits per season, but played for a while, and he played in San Diego, so he would not surprise me either if he'd gotten there. Um, Piazza will work. I'm very confident on that, and Piazza also works for Padres A's. Not sure on Caminiti. Ozzie Smith gets there. I think Ozzie Smith gets there. I'm pretty sure Gary Templeton's gonna get there, but not super confident. Not 100% confident on that one. Kinsler maybe played for a while, but again, not positive. Not sure on Mike Cameron. That's another name. Um, Fred McGriff kicked around for a while. Um, Winfield will work. I think that'll be too obvious though. Yeah, so all those names. Let's see how Ozzie Smith does. I gotta believe Ozzie Smith gets to 2,000 hits. I mean, he was only 262 career hitter though, so maybe not. What is that even? I can't do math right now. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Or do I go with, I'm very safe on Garvey. I think Garvey will work. It's better known with the Dodgers, but I think he's known as being a guy that got a ton of hits. What other guys? Manny Machado, has he gotten there yet? He's probably pretty close, but maybe not quite yet. Eh, Ozzie Smith played for a long time. If he had 9,000 career at bats, that would be a 222 average. He was more like 260. If he had 8,000 career at bats, that would have been 8,000. Or yeah, that would have been for a 250 career batting. If he had 8,000, 2,000 hits, 8,000 at bats, then he'd be a 250 career hitter. And I'm saying I know he had about a 262 kind of average. Yeah, I feel good about Ozzie Smith. He played for a long time. Works, he gets 3%, so still go sub 10 on the rarity score. Not bad. See if I'll just I think I've got more impending responsibilities at the moment, but let me just check on who are all the people who got to that's not gonna that's not gonna be super obvious. Let's see. Those are all the people for whom San Diego was their most alphabetical team. McCovey does work. Garvey works. It said 21 people, so maybe I'm just, well, there's a whole bunch of people who've had 2,000 career hits, so I'll just do a search here. Tony Fernandez, that's a good name. That can't be right. Willie Davis. Okay, I've used Willie Davis before. Tejada, nice. Joe Carter. That's right. Robinson Cano made a brief appearance. All right. Well, the baseball reference screen has gotten the best of me. I don't see a scroll button here, so I'm gonna call it there. You're getting your low production values always. I'll be back and I'll try to catch up on I guess 204 and 205. I'll just try to catch up over the next couple days. Thanks so much for all the love and all the comments, and you all have a great rest of your night. Episodes brought to you by my book. If you want to, buy some baby toys, I guess that's a way to do it. Is by buying my book. But seriously, appreciate all the love, and all of you take care. Peace.